It's June of 2016, and a team of STU Journalism School students are again in Nepal to report on the one-year anniversary of the massive 2015 earthquake that badly damaged the Kathmandu Valley and took nearly 10,000 lives. One year later, our team found a city still struggling to rebuild. While progress has been made in reconstruction in some areas, it seems to be slow going in many. Prolonged debate over Nepal's new constitution and a fuel blockade with India has affected the process. And while government officials say they are making progress on reconstruction, the team found some of the same people met in 2015, including a young girl and her family who were still living in the same displaced persons camp 1 year later. Akriti Suwal is a 16-year-old girl living in a displaced persons camp in Bhaktapur, a historic section of the Kathmandu Valley heavily affected by the quake. She and her family have been here for 1 year.
This tent is made by my father.
You've been there
Almost 1 year. We are making our own house map. It takes too much time to build our house. We must take some loans. We must save money for building our house.
Is there any maybe technology, energy will help you from the
No,
government?
not at all.
Architect, engineer is over here. But before the earthquake, people, they make whatever they like it. There are no certain rule and regulation. But after the earthquake, we have a certain rule and regulation to build the houses. So that's why they are going to build that houses as per the government rule and regulations.
No proper drinking water. One full bucket of water in 1 week. And load shedding also.
Do you think it is enough for your family?
No, it is not enough because we have 6 family members in our family. Nothing besting else. And the worst thing is its climate is too hot in summer season and too cold in winter season.
And how about the monsoon season? How can you spend the monsoon season?
Very difficult. In midday we can't stay inside because it's too hot. We stay outside of our tents.
Another earthquake victim says he is struggling to support his family with an injury that predates the quake.
They told me I don't have any land, I don't have any money, but I'm the daily laborers. Labor. When I have to work, then I get the money.
Later, the team begins to question this victim's narrative, as our translator tells us that his daughter is attending private school, something that would be financially challenging at best for most quake victims. The team obtained an interview with Sushil Gaiwali, the top Nepalese government official in charge of the National Reconstruction Authority. Gaiwali described the government's progress in reconstruction, the obstacles it faced, and the possibility of corruption in the process.
People have now started to have a confidence that the government will support, then we'll be receiving the grant for this, and also the technical assistance for making the safer housing construction also.
Will you send some of the experts to check it?
Yeah, exactly. And we have already sent the 2 engineers and the other 2 sub-engineers and assistant engineers in each and every village level. So they will be making the inspection, giving the technical assistance to the people to make the safer housing construction.
What if you discover some of the houses that not quite meet the standard?
Yeah, that is, there might be the situation, but we'll make sure through the retrofitting or through the certain level of improvements that are to be needed, that will be made, and then ensure that the houses are safe.
Because we heard some people said that we are not sure whether what he said is true or not. We heard that some of people said that if the expert, they found their houses there was not meet the standard of reconstruction, and that you can maybe give him a little bit of money so that the problem will go away. What do you think of this kind of phenomenon?
I think on
will
that
be an issue.
Maybe issue, but we have to make sure that for the people that they have the housing that are to be constructed are to be safe from the earthquake. because we are in the earthquake zone. For this, we'll be certainly making the supervision and the technical assistance properly through the village level, and then we'll make sure on that.
A month and a half later, Sunil Maharajan and Srizu Bajracharya, two young Nepalese professionals working for ECS Media, a Nepalese magazine company, accompany members of our reporting team who stayed on in Nepal back to the displaced persons camp in Bhaktapur. Several people living there say that they have submitted paperwork for government assistance but aren't clear on what to do next. At the same time, they're trying to work to support themselves and their families.
They're waiting for the government, but side by side, they're also working by themselves to improve their future.
According to at least several quake victims, money provided by the government is not even enough to tear down quake-damaged structures, much less to build a new home.
What the government promised to give is it's not even enough to destroy the whole house. It's not just only here, even in the Patan and Kathmandu and the more affected area in Shantou and Gorkha. Even most of the people, they already start building houses because they cannot live like this forever. So it's almost 1.5 years and still no response.
Classroom.
Wow. It's a short-term
Yes, short term, but we don't know when they complete that school here. No? So the main building is totally collapsed, and this all of the classroom. Thus now all the students there.
But how lucky that the earthquake happened on Saturday, right?
Nearly 50,000 classrooms and close to 8,000 schools were wholly or partially destroyed in the quake, leaving close to 1 million Nepali children without a school to attend. In the years since the quake, the Nepali government and aid organizations have made progress, building 12,000 temporary classrooms, such as the one shown here. Many children, however, study wherever and whenever they can. Going forward, Nepal will continue to face challenges beyond that of reconstruction itself, in governance, infrastructure, and enforcement as it rebuilds. Meanwhile, in places like Bhaktapur, quake survivors both wait and work as best they can to rebuild their lives.